Hi, we're here on stage at Union Baptist Church, and this is where the auditions went on for Horizons of Gold for our new community theater based here in Northern Kentucky. We're going to interview Ben and Kaitlyn Iocco today to find out what's this new community theater they're starting today on People of Northern Kentucky. Well, welcome to People in Northern Kentucky, Ben and Kaitlyn.
Thank you.
Can you first tell us a little bit about your background, about where you grew up, and then what you're doing right now as far as work is concerned?
Sure.
Sure.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I grew up in Michigan, central Michigan. I grew up in the country, and my family was from there, and I still have a lot of family there, but I developed a lot of my artistic abilities and stuff living in the country, I think. So. And I lived there till I was about 15, and then moved to Vermont, lived there 9 years, and then I moved to Kentucky for the job I now have at Answers in Genesis.
So. What do you do at Answers in Genesis?
I'm an artist at
Okay.
Answers in Genesis.
Well,
Yep.
what does that mean? I mean, what do you...
What do I do?
Yeah.
I do sculpting, I do building, exhibits, illustration, just about anything artistic that would be needed.
So,
Development.
Like I've seen some panels that were painted there. Do you do that kind of thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
We recently opened an exhibit on the life of Christ and did a bunch of illustrations for that. So I was involved with that.
And I've been to the Ark and the
Yep.
Creation Museum, so you've done some of those
Yep.
animals?
I helped with the animals on the Ark and fur
nice.
and sculpting and all sorts of that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up, Kaitlyn?
Yeah. Well, I'm Kentucky born and raised.
All right.
So, yeah, I was born in Fort Thomas, and we moved to Burlington when I was about 9. And so, just grown up in Northern Kentucky, and we met at the Creation Museum since I work there too. At the time, I was in guest services, but now I'm in social media at Answers in Genesis.
So you handle Facebook, Twitter,
Mhm.
that kind of thing?
Yeah, I just help with our social properties.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's fun.
And so y'all are still sort of newlyweds, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah.
We've been married for a year next month.
Oh.
Yeah, July
very
16th.
newlyweds.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So it's been a year.
Yeah.
But we met at the Creation Museum, and we were both in their Christmas production, Christmas Town, and that was how we met. But then it was several years before we started dating, which was 2013, 14,
Yeah.
and we were together a year and a half before we were engaged, and then
Yeah.
we were married a few months later.
All right. Well, I know
Yeah.
you've been at the Creation Museum for a while, but also you've done some acting.
Yeah, that was my major in college. I majored first in English, and then I went back for acting. So then I've done some commercial stuff in Cincinnati and theater and stuff for quite a while now.
And that's kind of how we got reintroduced to each other, was through a film project
yeah.
that me and a friend of mine were producing.
Oh.
And so she was the lead actress and I was the lead actor, but we didn't have any
Yeah.
parts together, but we met each other
Right,
again.
we're both on set, so yeah.
So, through that short
So
film.
it was funny because my parents knew who he was, and so my mom would ask me when I'd come home from like practicing makeup or whatever, and be like, "So did Ben talk to you? If he asked you out, would you go out with him?" And I was like, "Mommy, he would never ask me out." And so a few weeks after,
You were wrong.
yeah, we shot the short film. He emailed me and asked if I'd be interested in getting to know him better. 'Cause we met at the Creation Museum, but we knew each other. We were Facebook friends for years, but that was what it took for us to get together. So.
Well, now
Yeah.
y'all have an exciting project together.
Mm-hmm.
Tell
Yes.
me a little bit about this.
Yeah. So we're both really passionate about storytelling, and in many forms, from film, Christian film, to theater, to his artwork and music and these different things. And with my background in theater, we wanted to do a show. There really isn't a lot of theater in Northern Kentucky right now. You have some theater companies like on the outskirts of Cincinnati, but like catering to the Union, Florence, Burlington, Hebron area, there just isn't as much going on, at least in the last couple years. And so a friend of mine wrote this really wonderful musical called Horizons of Gold, and I was in the show in 2013, and it was written by a team from Cincinnati, just this amazing, talented team who wrote this musical. And so I was really passionate about it, and we had the opportunity to see the show last August. and just said, what if we did the show? And so right around that time, there were a couple of other productions happening in Chicago and Grand Rapids. And so we said, well, let's just make a weekend trip of it. We'd been married for a few months at the time, and we went up to Grand Rapids and saw the show there, and down to Chicago, and we just kept praying about it, and God just kept opening the doors for us to be able to do it.
Yep.
So it was like, well, if we're going to do a show, we kind of need a community theater. So Northern Kentucky Community Theater was born.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. Now, when is Horizons of Gold?
August 25th to the 27th. So we're in rehearsals right now. We just started rehearsing. We've got a wonderful cast and a great production team we're really excited about.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty amazing how God has just brought people alongside us to make it happen. So yeah, in August, and the shows are actually in Anderson Township, Ohio, even though we consider ourselves a Northern Kentucky community theater. But we were not able to find a performance venue here, so we had to look elsewhere. So all of our rehearsals
we
are
need
here.
Yes.
Right, it is
Yes.
something we need here. Yes, absolutely. And I know there are other people that feel that way too, that would love to see a performance venue open here, or an arts center for the arts, or something.
Yeah.
They have them in other places like Anderson Township, and hopefully someday Northern Kentucky has something like that. So for now, we'll rehearse here and we'll do the shows there.
And here is Union Baptist.
Yes, we're at Union
That's
Baptist
why we're here.
Church.
Yep.
Yes, and this is where we're rehearsing, and we are so thankful for the church and their willingness to let us come in and
Yes.
rehearse here. It's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
So very thankful for that. Yeah.
It's a great space.
So
That's exciting that we're starting our
yeah, it
theater
is.
troupe here. Our
It
community
is.
theater.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and there is so much talent in Northern Kentucky.
Yeah.
So
Well,
why
now
not
y'all
tap
are
into it?
Giving them an outlet.
Yes.
Hopefully
to-
so.
Yeah, to develop that talent more.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. That is great.
Yeah. So tickets go on sale July 1st.
Okay. And
Yep.
if they're interested in getting tickets,
Yes, you
or
can-
finding out more just about the community theaters.
Sure, yeah. We're on Facebook under Northern Kentucky Community Theater, or facebook.com/NKYCT. Also, nkyctheater.org is our website, and that's a good place to go for information.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So, what's some other things that you love to do here in Northern Kentucky, or just what do you like about Northern Kentucky? I know
Yeah.
you've been here for
Yeah,
a long time,
yeah.
but you've been here
Yeah,
for only a few
I'll let you
years.
take that
Yeah,
one.
I've been here about 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the climate here. I've always liked summer and
Well,
the
that's
warmer
because
weather. Yeah,
you're from up north.
yes,
so,
being in Michigan and Vermont, both cold places. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, I
A
like the
little
milder
milder
weather.
here.
Yes, I like that. But I just enjoy the beauty. It's a very beautiful state, and especially the rural areas, because I'm from the country, so I love that about it.
Yeah. It's kind of the best of both worlds, because you've got Cincinnati 20 minutes away, which, by the way, it's wonderful that we have so much theater in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's nice to have it on this side of the river, too.
Yes.
But so you've got the best of both worlds. That Cincinnati's there, but I mean, Northern Kentucky has its own community and culture, like we were talking about, and so that's pretty cool too. You feel like you're kind of out and away from things, but at the same time, things aren't too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Well, great. Well, I want to thank both of y'all for starting this. I mean,
Yeah,
you saw a need,
absolutely.
and then you're trying to help develop the answers to
absolutely.
that need.
We're excited and very humbled to be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, God's making it happen, but
Yes.
to be able to be a part of it.
Right.
That's awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you very much, Ben
Yeah,
and Kaitlyn.
absolutely.
Thank
you.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Thank you for joining us today. Every Thursday at 10 a.m., get to know your neighbor by catching a new edition of People of Northern Kentucky.